Good afternoon, Rotarians and guests. Welcome to the Rotary Club of Toledo. It is great to see a packed house. I think as pretty obvious, this is always one of the big ones of the year. So glad you're all here. Before we get going today, I'd like to extend a welcome to all of our friends of the Jewish faith. I hope you all had a wonderful Hanukkah last week. As we get going, I would like to ask Carol Sobchak to come to the podium to deliver today's reflection and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Carol.
Thank you, President Travis. Please stand. Let us be grateful today for the remarkable gift of music that enriches our lives, for the melodies that dance upon the air, filling our souls with delight and wonder. Let us be thankful for the way music transcends time and culture, spanning generations and touching the lives of people across the globe. Let us be grateful for the talented musicians and artists who dedicate their lives to creating melodies that speak to our hearts. May their music continue to inspire and uplift us. Let us be thankful for the extraordinary gift of music that brings light, joy, and harmony into our lives. Namaste, Shalom, Amen. Now please join me in reciting our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Carol. As we begin our meeting today, I would like to thank and acknowledge Principal Business Enterprises as this month's sponsor and past District Governor Chuck Stocking. So Chuck, thank you very much. And speaking of past District Governor Chuck Stocking, I'd like to call him to the podium to discuss the foundation.
Thank you, President Travis, and hello, Rotarians. I've been a member of this club for 45 years, and I was reading the Spoke this week, and it talked about the tradition of having the Symphony in with us on this holiday, and I think tradition is such an important part of what Rotary is all about. It's about good works. In reading the newsletter, I saw that word, and I thought, what a great tradition this is to be with the Symphony at this time. So that word tradition is the core of my message today. To everyone in this room, online and otherwise, engaged with and supporting Toledo Rotary, this club, our foundation, has a tradition of leading the way on important challenges, both locally and globally. And I want to share a couple of those. They're vital. In addition to the hundreds of grant requests that are processed through our active community committee system, and there are major projects that we have initiated over the years that have made a huge impact on the world that we serve as Rotarians. For example, when polio was devastating young people decades ago, almost 100 years ago, Toledo Rotary, under the leadership of Mr. Fielbach, became acquainted with the students at Glendale Fielbach. It wasn't Glendale Fielbach, it was just a school, and took that under his wing as the president of Toledo Rotary. Out of that came the support for Glendale Fielbach School and our engagement with polio globally. So our club plus Elyria and Lorraine and Toledo were the beginnings of what became Easter Seals. I don't think most people really recognize that, but it's a very powerful combination that came together because Rotary was there leading the way. Similarly, years ago, Toledo school levies were consistently failing because the public was not engaged in public education. So Toledo Rotary created Partners in Education to stimulate public-private partnering with our school system to address the attitude of indifference, and it's not my problem, that was existent at that time. Today, we've contributed and grown more than $2 million of contribution of energy, not just by this club, but by the community because of what Partners in Education did. Tens of thousands of hours of engagement in tutoring young people to how to read, and most recently in expanding in Career Ready, Set, Go. Another piece is is what I call the responding to the darkness and misery of PTSD following the Vietnam War. Responding to the urging of members of the Toledo Rotary who were involved in that conflict, and a presentation by one of our, by Chuck Oswald of Appliance Center here at this club. Several members who were Vietnam veterans who had a black hole in their heart said, is there something we can do to relieve the misery that exists post-war in Vietnam? Out of that effort and that goodwill, the Dove Fund was created, and more than $3 million have been contributed to building programs across Vietnam. And I think if you'll change the slide here, one of those is, in addition to education and healthcare, more than 55 schools have been built in Vietnam. All of those Vietnam veterans have made a trip back to Vietnam, and I would confidently say that the black hole in all of their hearts has been healed. So 55 schools, 12 medical clinics, 2 micro banks, and thousands of scholarships for young people in Vietnam. Current major projects are equally vital and important to the people of this region. So today I'm asking each of us to consider, that is 100% of our club and anybody else who's in this audience today, to think about supporting this momentum, this powerful momentum to changing the trajectory of what's going on, not only locally but globally, and we can do it. And think about the activity that we're experiencing in the Middle East. Our Rotary's efforts at peace and conflict resolution is exactly on point. So we're looking for 100%. I want to repeat that, 100% participation by Rotarians in the support of this fund drive. And you're going to see an example of what the kinds of things that it does. We expect that all the committee chairs, well, I'm really happy to announce that we have 100% of the Toledo Rotary Foundation Board are on board and have contributed, 100% of the board members of Toledo Rotary, and we expect 100% of all committee chairs to be on board shortly. So our goal is 100%. Did I get that across? 100%. That's spelled 100. So cool. So we have an interesting opportunity right now, because the past presidents clubs, we set a short-term goal of $75,000 to raise by 12/31 of this year. We're on our way, but we need a big impetus right now. So think about between now and 12/31, making your contribution. If we reach that $75,000 midway goal, we get the past presidents of this wonderful club have agreed to kick in $15,000 more. So we're well on our way to making a huge dent in our annual goal. And one final note that our newest Rotarian, one of our newest Rotarians, John Irwin, shared with me is that his wife's business, which she works for, agrees to an employer match of 3-to-1. So he gave me a list of employers who have a 2-to-1 or a 3-to-1 match, and I'll share that with you now, so please get your pens ready. Anderson's, Cargill, Cooper Tire, First Energy Toledo Edison, Dana, Libby, Owens Corning, Owens Illinois, and ITW. What a great opportunity for us to engage them in the work of this club and of Rotary International and doing fantastic things. So I don't know if we got a picture of the school, but I have one out on the exhibit outside. They're wonderful little schools. So 55 schools have been built in Vietnam. Lots of lives have been changed. Polio is no longer an issue globally because it started here in Toledo Rotary, and in conjunction with all the other Rotary clubs around the world, we have eradicated polio as a scourge to young people everywhere. That's pretty powerful stuff. So thank you, Travis, for the opportunity to share, and I think we have a short video on one of those projects.
Why do I support the foundation? Over many decades, our foundation and the work of our club has enabled us to do some very transforming things in our community. For instance, the Glendale Fieldbox School, the Ability Center, as well as Partners in Education. These have had a long-lasting impact in our community, and our foundation has been key to their success.
Partners in Education was founded by the Rotary Club of Toledo in 1994. According to a recent study by the University of Toledo, 38% of children under 18 live in poverty, and 15% of people aged 18 through 24 are without a high school diploma. The College and Career Ready, Set, Go program prepares students in grades 5 through 8 for success in high school, post-secondary education and training, and careers.
That's why I support the foundation.
The campaign goal is $125,000 and 100% participation, with an interim goal of $75,000 by December 31st. If that's met, the past presidents will kick in an additional $15,000 of their own. Your Toledo Rotary Foundation. Impact in action.
I stand up, the lights go out. That's cool. Thank you, Chuck. Next up, actually, if you want to take a scan of that QR code, that'll actually take you to the ability to donate to the annual campaign, and we appreciate everybody joining us in that. We only have one announcement today. On May 6th next year is our first annual Toledo Rotary golf outing, and Christmas came early. Congratulations to the golf committee on securing our Eagle sponsor, which is Erie Home has agreed to sponsor our event at the tune of $25,000. So my sincerest congratulations to that committee. Alex, Stu, thank you very much for everything you're doing there and everybody that's assisting you. That's just fantastic. So everybody save that date. And with that, let's get going. So I would like to invite Stephen Jarvie to come up and take over the program for you all. So, Stephen?
Am I on here? Am I on? Good? Oh, good, good. Everybody can hear me. Good. Thank you, everybody. I'm Stephen Jarvie. This is the wonderful Toledo Symphony Orchestra, and we have been all over northern Ohio for the last 2.5, 3 weeks, communing with all sorts of different communities. We've been in Clyde. Where else have we been? Fostoria. You wouldn't believe the miles we have all put on spreading the good holiday cheer that this orchestra can. So, I always think of this as sort of a family affair. We're going to start with some kind of traditional Christmas time tunes. Are you all good with lyrics? Well, let's see. Well, we're going to find out. I was not great with lyrics. I was a very enthusiastic singer as a child. My parents always made fun of me. They would say that I screwed up all the words, so my renditions of some of these were interesting. Let earth receive her keys. We didn't really drink very much around the house. We did bells on cocktails ring. This one was mostly for adults. Round John Virgin. Just kind of figured John was super lonely. My mother said I was always upset about Olive, the other reindeer who would laugh. And I thought Olive was a bully. It was mean, Olive, the other reindeer. And the one truly that my parents still this day, when it comes on in church or something, they're like, here's your song, Stephen. Hark the hare old angels sing. So So we're going to go on with a collection of all sorts of beautiful Christmas time songs. Thank you so much. Here we go. I do have to say that as an Ann Arbor native and as a Michigan grad, it is difficult for me to stand here in this color jacket. Yes, but I have found that Toledo is a place of mixed messages. There are some people here from Ohio State. There's some Michigan fans here. I don't necessarily always have to have security on the way to the parking lot. So go blue for all of you. And I'm sorry about the whole losing thing, Ohio State people. Okay. I know you'll get your time again. There'll be that in a couple of decades. So we're going on with is actually a march by a German composer that became kind of a fan favorite of the early part of the 20th century. This is the Parade of the Wooden Soldiers. So we can't talk about marches without talking about the March King, Sousa himself. So this is a little tribute to Sousa with a nod to Christmas. very, very fun. So, the musical family that makes up a symphony orchestra is 4 members. We have the string family, the woodwind family, the brass family, and then the percussion family. And yes, even the harp player is considered a percussion instrument because it is something that is plucked or struck, right? Okay? So we are going to feature some different collections of instruments, and we first feature our woodwind quintet playing Deck the Halls. Very nice. So we continue on with kind of the best of the crooner songs of Christmas. I think that this is the best crooner tune. The Christmas song, right? Chestnuts roasted. It's got the most loungy vibe, with Mel Torme being the inspiration of this. This is the Christmas song. We go on with sort of a virtuosic 15th and 16th century carol, French carol, that Bizet, most famous for his opera Carmen, turned into one of the dances in his L'Arlésienne suite. It is called Farandole. And I just want to say, since all of the leaders of this fine community are in one room, I tried to find a Rotary joke, but there wasn't really any jokes because all you guys do is great stuff. So we just want to say that we know that you know that we do great stuff too. And I always like to think of my friend Ben Folds that you have had here with the orchestra says this: you don't want to live in a town without a symphony orchestra. And just think about it. It's kind of like a chicken and the egg thing, because a town that doesn't have a symphony orchestra probably doesn't have a lot of other cultural things because the community didn't demand it. And this community has demanded that this kind of excellence is before them and is funded and is a big part of what makes living in the Toledo community special, right? Absolutely. So we go on. Thank you so much. And it's been also very fun to see that support come back so strongly after COVID, where we were all just sitting at home praying to God we'd never be able to play again. So now we go on showing off these fine musicians with this music by Bizet. Great. So we continue highlighting some of the families of our musical family here. Our strings, this is the string quartet of the Toledo Symphony. Beautiful. I didn't get to hear that in the rehearsal. That was really great. Technically a septet. I'm sorry, not a quartet, but that was great. So now we move on with White Christmas. It looks like we might, I don't know. I saw some flakes today, but as we were talking about all the driving we've been doing for gigs, we are not supposed to speak of the snow until after the concert season is done. So it might be a White Christmas, but hopefully not when we're driving, okay? So we've met our woodwinds and our strings. Now we hear some music from our brass, and they are playing the 12 Days of Christmas. All right. So we've all been working so hard up here, it's time for you guys to do some of the work. We're going to have a sing-along here, okay? We got Frosty the Snowman, we got Rudolph, we got Santa Claus is coming to town. Now we'll see if you know the words. Here we go. next. Here we go. And one. And if you ever saw him, you would even say it knows. All of the other reindeer used to they had poor Rudolph, joining in reindeer games. And one holy Christmas Eve, there's one more. Santa Claus is coming to town, but I'm telling you, the part where it gets to, he sees you when you're sleeping, he knows when you're, I just think it's a little creepy. I don't know. So, but anyways, Santa Claus is coming to town. Great. So as we start to come to a close here, I'd like to invite our fearless leader, Zach Vassar, to come up and maybe say a couple words. He didn't know I was going to make him do that, but you know, that's what it is. That's what it is to be CEO and president of the Toledo Symphony Orchestra. Zach Vassar, everybody.
Here, I thought he was going to ask me to conduct. I just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody and say thank you for having us. Wonderful Rotary tradition. We're very proud to be part of this, and certainly it helps us celebrate our community and celebrate this holiday when all of you are coming to support us, not just in this room, but back in your homes and singing your own songs with your own families. This is a wonderful time of the year to be in the music world. So thank you for supporting us. I wish everybody a wonderful holiday, and
Let's finish it off.
All
with
right.
Music. This is music from Leroy Anderson. This is A Christmas Festival Overture. Okay? Everybody knows this. This is the hit parade. Thank you, everybody. Now, we do have one more little special treat in the sense that it's sort of become a new hazing ritual that the incoming president has to conduct the orchestra. And the best part is Kevin doesn't even hear we're talking about him. Oh, yeah. Now, come on up, big guy. Let's go. Kevin Mullen, everybody. Were you're saying to the person next to you, like, oh, these jerks are going to get me kicked, aren't they?
I was like, I heard him start down that road, and I was like, I'm just not going to pay attention.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you're here now. Are you musical at all, Kevin?
Sure. Tommy says yes.
Yeah. Do you play any musical instruments?
I play the piano.
All right. Well, you're going to play a bunch of them right now. So here we go. Great. So here you go. This is the magic baton here. It's a little bit sweaty. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's fine. If this is like expecto patronum or something, that's easier. You just go up and down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Oh, that's pretty good, man.
I got this.
Oh, he's okay. All right.
Everything I know about conducting, I learned from Zach. So when
All right.
I get this wrong.
Okay. Well, here it comes. Sleigh ride, everybody, with Kevin. Ready? Just give him 1, 2.
No, I just wanted to see if they'd wait.
Oh, they'll wait. They'll wait all day. He's too good for it to be funny. Anybody could do this, he says. No, I'm gonna leave. All right. Very good. It's solid. Big band music? Let's do it. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. You see him? Okay, what's this? Nice and quiet. Oh, it's getting tiring, huh? It's my cardio. All right. Okay, big finish. Now look at that guy. Oh, you're tired. Yeah! Take him out, buddy. That was great. A true maestro and the Toledo Symphony Orchestra, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Happy holidays. Happy New Year.
Christmas spirit. I'm so glad everybody was here today. We will be meeting again this, January 8th. So on January 8th, Don Bentley of CARE will be here. So we'll see you then. But in the meantime, Merry Christmas to all of you. Have a wonderful holiday season, a happy new year, and in the immortal words, Merry Christmas to all, and to all we're adjourned. Take care, everybody.